Hi, my name is Shane Silas. Welcome to Mockup Monday number 32, where I try to show you something cool. So this weekend was Ludum 31, so it's the 31st time that they've done this 48-hour game building competition. You are supposed to essentially build a game in 48 hours, which is a pretty tall undertaking. What they do is they give you a theme, and you're supposed to build something in accordance with this theme. It's also kind of a safeguard against having people work on stuff prior to the competition beginning, because the theme could be all sorts of crazy things. They have a number of rounds of voting on the theme, and so the whole kind of collective group gets to pick this theme. The theme of this one was entire game on one screen, and kind of part of the trick of this competition is trying to figure out how to interpret the theme in a way that lets you kind of do what you want, but also gives you enough limitations that you can do something creative. And oftentimes limitations are really helpful for zoning in on something. So entire game in one screen made me think of a lot of different things. One was stuff like Pac-Man, where there's the whole game is there's no camera movement. We don't go someplace else. We don't turn or pivot our attention. Like, everything is there on that single screen. And so that was kind of one of the things that I thought of as kind of being a binding thing. Is you don't get the normal camera movement that you normally would have in, say, like a 3D kind of game. What I want to do is I'll show you guys what it is that I end up actually doing. I had a couple of different ideas. One of them was basically was doing. Let me switch over to. Let me just show you my screen. Was doing this. So this was my concept kind of sketch, and basically the idea was that you would have a door, and that there was stuff going on outside, but you couldn't see it unless you opened it. If you opened it, though, you become it's possible that something else will come in and kind of either attack you or whatnot. And the thing that I thought was going to be cool about it was that you would have this kind of almost like in Doom 3, where either you could choose to be holding a flashlight, or you could be holding your gun. So either you could see what was going to kill you, or you could attack what was going to kill you, but you couldn't do both at the same time. And I really liked that kind of conflict that that represented. So with this, I thought, okay, so with the door open, you're vulnerable to attack, but you're trying to get these kitties or some other object to come in, but you want to close the door in front of the bees, and yada yada. Anyway, let me just show you how that actually ended up turning out. And let me switch this to. Okay, here we go. So this is the game. Oh god. So it's a one-button game. You open the door, and the bees, or they're just yellow cubes. Sorry, they're not bees. If you have the door, so there is actual swarming going on here. These they're using Boyd's swarming to kind of move around. If the door is open, they run to it. If the door is closed, they actually run away from it. So you kind of have to provoke them to come in and get you. I ended up taking out the cats, which kind of why even bother opening the door if you could just keep the door closed? Nothing can get to you. So you kind of have to let them speed up and get ready to attack you, and then close it before they get there. It's okay. At least for me, the success of this was mainly that it is a game instead of a toy. usually I make toys, not games. You know, the difference being, you know, a game usually has a score, an objective, and kind of those are oftentimes the things that I make are lacking. So, one thing I wanted to mention that I thought was funny about putting this whole thing together was originally I wanted to have it be a thing where you wanted to save something cute like kitties and keep something out and possibly like dangerous or hurtful like bees, like a swarm of killer bees. My good friend and naturalist Charlie Hone immediately came down on me pretty hard for suggesting a theme in a game that consisted of killing bees, which he thought was ecologically a terrible idea and that I ought to seek funding from Monsanto immediately. So, in light of that, and not wanting to become an ecological monster, I decided I'd change it to something else, some other kind of flying swarm of, you know, things that could be, you know, bad. And I considered, you know, changing it to wasps, which I still kind of like wasps. I don't know. They're in the ant family. Ants are just kind of cute. I thought, mosquitoes was a contender. Everybody hates mosquitoes, like, and if they were killed off, I don't know if things would suffer on account of that. But then when I actually came down to it and I started like renaming things from bees to other something else, I was like, you know, I don't have the patience or the time to do the art for anything right now, so why don't I just name them exactly what they are, which is yellow cube. So that's what I stuck with, and yeah, there you go. But I wanted to show you some other entries that people have made besides just this one. So let's see. I'm going to stick with the ones that play in the web. All right. So here's the game. I'm the little dude over there. I have to not get hit by these rockets. I can go down here and say hi to people. And the point of it is I'm trying to grab these boxes of repair materials. I died. Grab the boxes of repair materials and then repair basically the damage that is caused by these missiles. So, oh. Alright, and if I just go in this this bunker, I can stay safe from everything. However, eventually these missiles will cause the bunker to collapse and then you'll die. So anyway, I mean, this is a pretty cool little, you know, piece of work. Let's go on. All right, Santa's Surfs. All right. So I'm an elf. Santa's angry. I've been demoted to quality control. All right. So the color, the weight is 3 kilograms plus or minus 0.5. The size is 1 dm. 1 dm. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, I don't know. So I can weigh them. Oh, that's too much. All right, that's too much. So I'm supposed to trash that. The thing that I kind of like about this is it is using physics, but kind of one of these problems with physics games is it is cumbersome. But I think it's a cool idea. Oh, and I think I've messed up. All right, well, that's good. Anyway, let's move on. Okay, so in this game, there's all these little dots, and you try to essentially kind of eat them and not get eaten. Like that red thing is trying to eat me. I'm eating these little green cubes. And I don't think the sound is actually supposed to be making this noise. But it is. Anyway, I like how it's using the lens to kind of make this area that's, you know, in one screen. You know, bigger. Okay, this one was a interesting one. So what it did is it said, okay, entire game in one screen, and it said, okay, I'm going to do an entire game in one screen of code. So this is the screen that the author chose to be the entire screen. So it's one screen, and it's a genetic algorithm. And let me just run this. So what it does is you enter a term, and he thinks it's like a weasel. So you give it a string, and it tries to match the string via a genetic algorithm. And this was a algorithm that Richard Dawkins demonstrated in the Blind Watchmaker. So we'll run it. And so it shows you basically as the algorithm is running, you know, what the best and the worst strings were, and after a short amount of time, it basically finds it, and then it tells you also how many times it would take to do the same thing if you were just using random guessing instead of a genetic algorithm. So people's comments on this were that it's not a game, which I'm, if you want to be, you know, kind of a little bit definitional and doctrinaire about games, I'm probably inclined to agree with. It doesn't really have an objective. There's no way for you to actually influence its behavior, unless that means that you get in there and kind of tinker with the code. So I don't know. Maybe if there was a bug in the code that caused it to not work, then, you know, at least that would be an objective. But I thought this was a really interesting spin on the theme. Yeah, that's why I thought it was worth showing. For my own game, it's I don't know. It's a bit it's okay. I don't know. I'm happy to have done it. It was fun to you know, just try to throw something out there, but I'm happy it's over with now. I guess my complaint with my own game is that it's not fun, and there's not enough tension between the two things of like not getting hurt versus like saving or getting points or doing something. So, you know, it was fun to make a game, but it's not a fun game, so that's unfortunate. But, you know, one of the things that's nice about the Ludum Dare things is it kind of pushes you out of your comfort zone. You don't have time to kind of go down all these kind of different rat holes. You kind of just have to bumble something together, and actually finishing something is a really important skill to kind of hone, regardless of whether or not you finish something good. So anyway, that was it for me. That's my kind of Ludum Dare exposition, and yeah, thank you very much for watching.